I cannot believe that I'm back making another trade video within 24 hours of the most insane trade in the history of the league. De'Aaron Fox has teamed up with Wemby in San Antonio, as it appears as if the Spurs are going all in for their future right now. In a 3-team deal with the Kings, Bulls, and Spurs, San Antonio acquire De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings receive a package around Zach LaVine with multiple first-round picks, and Chicago get a lot of whatever. However, they do receive their pick back from the Spurs, which could come in very handy given how bad they're going to be now they don't have LaVine. What's incredible about this trade is how the Spurs were able to make this happen without giving up Castle, Vassell, Sohan, or CP3. This is a master stroke by their general manager, who has now put this team in a position to make noise this season. It's clear to everybody who's watched Victor Wembanyama that he's ready for the challenge now, and the Spurs front office absolutely agrees. And what can I say? I really like this deal if I'm the Spurs. For Sacramento, I've got no idea what their plan is here. I mean, they just rebuilt the 2022 Chicago Bulls, as it wasn't even a full season, and LaVine and DeRozan are back as teammates. I guess they're going to have to lean heavily upon Malik Monk now, which I'm just not sold on. But this trade has absolutely nothing to do with the Kings, as it's all about the Spurs. What an awesome career decision by De'Aaron Fox. He's unique in the fact that he knew what his capabilities are as a player, knowing that he needs to be a number 2 option to win a championship, and he's now put himself on national TV for the next decade, with plenty of chances to break through and get that title. And not only was he incredibly honest with himself, but also with his team's situation. He knew the Kings weren't going anywhere, and the move for DeMar DeRozan was not the correct one, as Sacramento tried to put themselves in a win-now situation when they really weren't ready to do so and should have continued to build. I am absolutely stoked to watch Wemby and Fox in the pick and roll, as it's going to be not only incredibly dangerous with a great mix of shooting, speed, and athleticism, but they also have the right-hand, left-hand thing working for them, which makes for much greater chemistry in pick and roll situations, allowing passes to be made from more angles. Fox wasn't able to get a pick and roll chemistry working with Sabonis, and a lot of people believe that that was because they were both left-handed. It's an insight I heard the other day, and I don't think I've ever really heard about it, but if it's true, it's true. But the main reason why this pick and roll is going to be so successful is because of Victor Wembanyama. This man can score from anywhere over the half-court line, and when you combine that with the speed of De'Aaron Fox, oh my word, this is going to be the best team in the NBA to watch, as they're going to be on the league pass every single night. I'm not really sure where the Spurs are going to go with a starting 5, but I do know one thing. It'll be Fox and Wemby at the forefront, probably surrounded with Castle, Vassell, and Sohan, with Chris Paul going to the bench. The Kings have now put themselves out of the spotlight and are completely irrelevant in my opinion, and Chicago go all in to capture the flag as they get their own pick back, and if they could start to really tank, they could have a chance to land Cooper Flag, and if they do that, they could save their franchise. But if I'm the Bulls, I still feel like they were a little bit fleeced on this deal, because neither Collins, Jones, or Herter are real difference makers, and I don't think they're going to be able to get much for any of those guys. And at least for Sacramento, they did receive a haul of draft picks, but the Bulls only get 1 first for LaVine, which I think's a little bit strange. And it's not even about the number of first round picks, because 1 first would have been what I thought, but it would have been also with a good player, a guy they could potentially grow and then get another first for. But I just don't see them being able to do this with any of the guys they brought in. Now looking forward for the San Antonio Spurs for the rest of their season, I am so excited. They were in a legit playoff position until a little bit of a streak where they started to lose a couple of games and they fell out down to the 12th seed. But now with Fox, they are going to be in the play-in tournament at bare minimum, and if I was putting my money on it, I think they've got a very good chance to be in the playoffs. If they could build even a little bit of chemistry this season with that Fox and Wemby combination, the Spurs are going to be so incredibly dangerous for many years to come. Fox is one of the best scoring guards in the league, who can get to the bucket at will, shoot a high percentage from the mid-range, and even though his 3 ball's been a little bit up and down, he's shown an ability to knock them down. Fox is one of the best clutch performers in the NBA, and the Spurs offense in those clutch time situations has not looked good, but now they finally have a guy that they can feel comfortable to lean upon in those big moments. The future is certainly very bright for the Spurs now, and this is a deal I thought they were going to make a couple of years down the track, but given the fact that Wemby was top 5 in MVP only a month ago, it's absolutely the right time to make this deal, and I'm thrilled that they did it. There was talk about them signing Trae Young in the offseason, and even though I love Trae Young, and I think he was an all-star snub, if you're asking me, he was just not going to be the right fit on this team, given the fact that he just demands too much of the ball, and is a little bit too heliocentric to be with Wemby. But oh my goodness, Fox and Wemby is going to be cinema every single night. I'm still in disbelief from the first trade, as every 5 minutes that I think that Luka Doncic is not a Maverick anymore and he's with the Lakers, I go, wait, that didn't happen. But yes, it absolutely did. And now to be hit with this is the craziest trade deadline I think we've ever seen in the history of the NBA, and I don't think it's particularly close. OKC are great, but other than that, the Western Conference is absolutely wide open, and the Lakers and Spurs sensed this and had to make another move because they believe it's up for grabs. I'm still waiting for the Lakers to make that other trade for a big to really get them into contention, but oh my word, the Western Conference just got completely shaken up, and it's going to be incredibly interesting to see how all this shakes out. But these are just my thoughts. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a trade was this for San Antonio? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section below.